Hello everyone, and here's a bit of a video which we will title Tales from the Scrap Bin. So what you see here are two front mud guards or fenders for the Belarus 520 500 series uh, front wheel assist Belarus tractors, and I believe the 800 series has the same ones. Um, the issue with these ones is they're the correct ones, but as you can see, they're horribly pitted and rusted. I mean, it's all there, but in order to resurrect these ones back from the dead, we have to first of all cut all the bolts and hardware off and start cleaning this mess up. I mean, you can see this is really pitted. It doesn't matter here, but these parts, I mean, why they've become like this? It's not road salt. My friend found these in a barn. They were stored, in the barn, but since the roof was leaking and there was some calcite deposits as well, um, it turned them into like really scaly rust. But you know what? For what we are doing, this is all fine. So, without wasting time yapping here, I'm going to take the angle grinder and cut these into smaller bits. Well, they're all dismantled now. Most of these bolts came loose really easy, but now comes the second part. I need to take the wire wheel and start grinding all the scaly rust off and go from there. As you can see, these parts have now been cleaned up with the wire wheel. I did, found some issues with one of the fenders. Never mind the oblongated holes. Yes, they're rust pitted and they don't look this great, but some of these parts have like red paint on them. Then there's primer, then there's this blue paint. I believe those brackets are for the export version of some kind of tractor, probably the 800 series, because I don't know where these actually came from. I believe the fenders are 500 series, but the brackets, it could be 500 or 800. So the next step with these brackets is to put certain chemicals in it, and I'll show you what I'll do next. So this is my magical formula against rust. Now I'm going to cover this this fender here, which is hanging from a wire, with this stuff, and this is only available in the Baltic states, so it's probably phosphorus acid or some kind of organic acid. I don't know exact composition, but I'll get that somewhere in the video. But anyway, I'm going to actually cover all the parts that I cleaned and going to let them sit for a few days, and then if it's all reacted, I'll see where I go from there. So let's start doing these parts. So this is it. This is now they're going to react with this with the acid, and they're going to turn this dark purple, magenta, dark blue kind of color. And after they've been reacting here for a few days, I'm going to probably take water, wash it off, and repeat this process at least a few times. And then we can move to the other part, which is coating them and doing the repairs. And so we have completed the circle. I tried to do the best with these fenders as I could. There's still some whiskey dents here. You can't get them out. I mean, these are not the greatest mud guards for the front axle, but or the fenders, whatever you want to call them. But they'll do their job. And this actually is something that they came from the factory, the original mud flappers. But overall, from what we started with very pitted surfaces, this is the best I could do. At least it's better to use the original ones than to use the, farmer's hack mechanic trick of using old, mud flappers or just rubber bands. I don't really like those. I would say they came out pretty okay, so I guess this is the end of the video, or as I would call it, Tales from the Scrap Bin. See you all soon. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.